Yep. And just like a little bit about both players. We got of course Joshua Lau. He's been talking, commentating on the left. He was like the first one in Hong Kong to 1,000 XP. He has a nice pair of golden Storm Striders to prove it. He's done a lot of things. He's won an RTN, top 64 of the Pro Tour. He's got a lot under his belt. And then also, Jack Tang got second in the Hong Kong Nationals. He was in the game that me and Josh actually commentated that one. Fantastic game if you haven't seen it. The Chain and Oldham match, and Jack was playing on Oldham, and he also has 2 cute cats. Common thing among the Blue Pitch team.
Puts him up to 6 or 5 in total on the team.
That's a lot of cute cats. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, we got a Naked Dawnblade. Got the Alpha Rampage. Just looks like Jack's trying to filter here, and the problem is you can't dump the whole hand, because then if Twinning Blade comes out, that really hurts. so you have the knee-jerk reaction, like, oh yeah, have them all. This hand's terrible, and then you just take 9 damage turn 1, and it's no good.
Am I the only one who noticed that Jack's equipment is gold foiled?
Yeah, he do wins his letters
Is
from
it?
the nationals. Yeah, it's a gold letters. He opened in the national.
Yeah, it's like different border.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. I love it. I love it.
that's very good boost from him.
Yeah. That's so funny. I love to see it. All right, got Josh thinking. No reactions. Oh, starting out with a route. It's a good way to do it. Does he have the D-React? So obviously he's probably not going to give him Alpha Rampage back. That seems like a little too good of a card.
Yeah.
All right. Nope, Jack got caught without a D-React.
Yeah, because all of you know Jack, all of you know Joshua. He is the first 1,000 XP in Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And when there is not as many people as now, Jack and Joshua, they always play together. And I think this matchup in Blitz, they play at least 100 times.
Yeah.
so it's weird, but it's good to see them play this matchup again.
Absolutely. All right, so we got a Wild Rod coming in for 6. Draw a card and discard 1 at random. If he hits a 6 or higher, that attack will gain go again. Okay. So the middle one comes out, and it is whiff.
Yeah, a classic brute that can't trigger his hero ability, as always.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a burst battle.
Yeah. That's probably worse than hitting a blue off the top with Rabble. I think I'd rather hit the blue. At least your turn's not over.
Hey, you thought you had a plan until you didn't.
That's it. I mean, 6 damage, obviously that's not where you want to be for a turn. But, it's... Yeah, it's because he would love to follow up with a club right here. That's the perfect... Because then that's, that moves it to 11, and that's a way higher rate. But it happens, And Doris had no blocks, which means she has no dead cards, which means this is an attacking hand for sure. So we'll see probably a Warrior's Valor or Spoils or nothing. And see a Glint. Or what's that new card? The one call. Yeah, that one. Run Through. Or Blade Flash, or Singing Steel Blade to get any of those. It could be anything.
So many options
People are sleeping on Dory because she hasn't been relevant for a while because of Prism. But if the aggro pushes Prism out, whether you're an aggro deck and you can go 15 cards wide or not, when that singing steel blade or glistening steel blade hits the mat, I guarantee you you're going to block. I don't care what deck you run. And yeah, she's going to be a threat if Prism ever makes her way out or gets pushed out in any way.
Yeah, and even if she doesn't push out, she's on her way out. Less than
right, exactly.
Now.
Yeah. So we got overblocked by 3, countered by Glint, drawing a card, looking for the max way to push over that damage. The easiest way off the top of my head would be a Singing Steel Blade here to go up by 1 and then throw a 3 on it. But Overpower, I heard, is good too. So we'll see. Now, I do think it's interesting that should Josh be running Crown of Providence? Because there's like a lot of situations where like he doesn't draw a blue, right? And that's like your get out of jail free.
That is true. And the one additional block might not be that relevant.
Right. I would rather fix a hand that's like way bad to decent, you know, just for 1 health. I mean, I think it's worth it.
Yeah. It's not,
and just like I said,
gonna throw Arcane at you.
Exactly. And like I said, the path of least resistance was the +1 followed by the +3 to give about 1. And this is what makes a really good Dory player. It's not just dumping everything on the attack, but going over by just what you need. That way you can still have relevant threats on the second swing. Because now Jack's in a tough spot. If he blocks 1 card, he knows he's going to get hit. And if he blocks 2, he still might get hit. So it's the scariest part is he didn't activate bracers, which has me worried as a player, right? Because then you could get hit with an overpower, or there's just so many things here.
That is exactly what I was thinking. Without the Brave Forge bracer activation, that tells you he's
scary.
Every single resource.
Yeah, it either means he doesn't have a blue, or he's about to go in. One of the two. I will say that the one weakness to Crown of Providence is sometimes you're put in a situation to where you have to block with your armor, but there's nothing you want to filter, right? Yeah. Like say he has a Blood Rush Bellow in Arsenal. Like there's no way he's sinking that, right?
Yep.
And that's just like the one situation where it's definitely not ideal.
Blocking for 7.
Yep.
Yeah. 3, so it tells him there's no overpower.
Very respect from Jack. Blocking more than 4.
It's also possible that Josh is playing the longer game here. He might still actually hold an overpower here. We'll see.
Yeah, you gotta be careful because club is the most efficient weapon in the game. So that's one thing that, you know, if the game goes too long and Dory runs out of red cards, that's actually one way that Rhinar can eke it out. It's just outvaluing with the club. Blocking with a red barraging. Probably something you want to see as the Dory player. Because that's a scary card.
Yeah. When the classic battle wasn't come out, I was surely no block this attack, but the classic battle has give a lot of card to Dorinthea the run through.
Right.
The Steel Bay and the Blade Flash, they are all very good cards. So you have to adapt it to your playstyle to stop it. But Yeah, because you don't want to you don't want to trigger his replies,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't block with his Brutus, so maybe he don't really want to he don't want to use his Brutus because as I remember Joshua, he said that he always save the Brutus for his the steel bait turn,
Yep.
the supremacy,
Right.
and so I think if they didn't play any go again pass to make your turn base go again, I think no block is correct choice every time.
Right.
But maybe Jack he want to decide to play for long games, so he instead of blocking and play his cup every turn to reduce the life total for Joshua.
Right. With all things said and done, after an overpower being played, with the turn cycle being pitch club, I mean, that's good value. Life totals are basically almost even, and Josh is now in a 4-card hand, so maybe if Jack can draw the Blood Rush Bellow here, kind of take whatever Josh throws on the 4-card hand, and really push back, maybe that's a good window if he has the appropriate hand. So blue check. That's the one thing you check for. And we have a naked swing on 3 cards.
Seems like Jack really want to play it. If they really want to stall the game here,
Yeah.
just block every turn. Or maybe he just waiting for the bar value here.
Oh, we're blocked by 3.
Run through? Okay.
Just doing a bit of filter, it looks like.
Yep, he had probably a less than optimal hand. That's a good chance to do a little bit more than a club if he wants to, but it looks like it's just a club. Which, with 3 cards and he's playing club, I think Alan's right that Jack's playing for a really long game.
Yeah, when I was discussing Warrior with Josh, told me that the Dory deck really has about 15 good solid threats. You know, your red, Warrior's Valor, Spoils of War, so on and so forth. Once you go through those, I mean, the power level of the deck drops substantially. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it turns out blue out for blood is not very threatening. So you usually can. The main thing is Jack really has to keep his life up, right? Because where you lose that, blues are very threatening when you're at 3 life, right? Because then you can just die from reaction blues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as long as Jack can keep his life up, get the reds out of Josh's deck. But I think Josh knows what's happening. And I think what's going to happen is he's going to set up a twinning blade supremacy.
Yep.
And, Rhinar without access to like Crown of Seeds or anything like that to really get. If Rhinar doesn't have a D-React in Arsenal on that turn, it's going to be bad.
Yep.
And that's how Josh can close it.
Yep. Just really setting up them big turns and then hopefully holding the tempo from then on out. Looks like they're having a bit of issues with maybe seeing some cards or something. You see them flipping them around. So hopefully they'll get that resolved.
Yeah, my TTS, sometimes my cards just like I can't see them in my hand, and what I have to do is I have to pick up a piece of equipment and like drag it through my hand, and then they'll they'll show up. It's really weird. TTS just does that sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, we have our first glistening steel blade. For those of you who don't know, it gives the next on blade attack go again, and every time you hit this turn, it gains a counter. So this is a situation where you really want to make sure that that attack does not hit.
That was a very quick block from Jack. Do you suspect that he has a defense reaction in hand?
Oh, if he's blocking that quick, he's very. I would argue he has two.
Yeah.
If he's blocking that comfortably. Yeah, because that was very quick. He didn't have to think about it. He knew exactly what to do. And if Josh can't get over this, yeah. So he took advantage of the go again, which means there was value there. So, but that's one of the scariest cards gone. So,
Yep.
But once again, Jack's gotta be careful. Josh just pitched two glints next to each other. You know, these are the things that Jack's got to be paying attention to because those are going to come back around, and those are the cards that really hurt. And it's the plays of getting those energy potions out, and maybe time snap if he's running it. Probably not running time snap, but if he is, you know, putting those potions into play for that bigger turn, paying for those extra things, because that stuff gets expensive, right? And the scariest thing is, you know, he pops the potion and plays Steel Blade Supremacy and swings, right? And he still has, you know, 4 cards in hand or something.
That is
Like
scary.
that's this because you know nothing. You don't know if he has a blue. You don't know. I mean nothing, and you have to find a way to. You know, you jam your hand down. He glints, twinnings, and then you just die because he keeps hitting you. It's
Yeah, he putting the energy potion means a lot to Dorinthea.
Yep, it's huge. It's huge. Speaking of energy potions, so Jack is saying check. He has a blue. That means this is a threatening turn. This is a very threatening turn now because we have Steel Blade Supremacy. This is it. Jack's best case scenario is if Josh plays a go again card out front. That way he knows. Okay, so this is actually good for Jack because it's less to play around, right?
Yep.
he
doesn't have to worry about a glint because a glint would never be played here, and so it's a little bit more telegraphed. So in this situation,
yeah, if he's too
okay, so block even, which means that tells Josh that he does have a defense reaction because nobody's going to block even unless, especially with a supremacy out, nobody's going to block even unless they have a D-react.
unless they have real guts on it.
Unless they're like, you ain't got it, and they know it, then maybe. But in this situation, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, just like I won't let you hitting the force of nature and
Exactly.
yeah.
Weighing the options here. See if he wants to throw down an attack reaction. See if he's gonna call, or if he's just gonna fold. He's calling.
It's a good one.
Okay.
I mean, you wait. I mean, you always let their defense reaction resolve first. So even you have let their attack reaction go first.
Yep. Perfect blocks by Jack. Took no damage and can still swing club.
Yeah, just like every turn he wants to do.
Yep. And then what happens is when Dory gets down to about 10 to 8 life, right? That's when, because we're not going to get, if this keeps happening, right? Because if Dory starts blocking, the problem is then she's working with less threatening hands, and then that plays right into Jack's game plan. So Josh, unless he just has the worst hand in the world, cannot block the clubs.
Yep.
But if his life starts getting down to 8 to 10, range, he's going to have to start blocking. And then when that happens, then the game's over. We're not going to get to the part where Josh's whole deck is blue or anything like that, because he's literally going to have to start blocking, and he's going to start attacking with 3-card hands, and then Jack will definitely block exacts and eke out the win there.
Yeah, the problem is if when the good cast from Joshua reduce, the defense reaction also reduce on Jack's side. So, and I think Joshua, he has much experience against the control style. So I think he can set up for a turn to destroy Jack, I guess.
Yep. No, yeah, his win con here is Twinning Blade. That is how he has to get it.
Seems like he want to block with some equipment right now. If he blocks with the equipment, it usually in 1 to 2 turns it will be a very large turn.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he will break his Courage of Playhold and the Bolters for a very big turn, and I don't see Jack using his arsenal for the whole game, so I presume it is a react.
So he blocked with a red overpower. That's one of the good cards, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's good because Josh was only on a 4-card hand. There's not a lot of that Dory can present that's lethal or that's threatening, while maintaining the ability to arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is the best play, right? Is 6 damage, and Jack knows that, and Jack's about to push something.
Yeah, seems like a Barrage Battle turn here.
Yeah.
That arsenal's been sitting there very patiently.
Yeah, I can promise you one thing, and this is not a club turn pass. All right, barraging red. Good start. And this is what I like about Fab, right? This is good mid range. Josh had a weak spot, and Jack's taking advantage of it, right?
Yep.
And that's the good back and forth. This is a lot.
Dorinthea.
Yeah, so we have 4 from the. This is coming in for 13, and because Josh will only have 1 card in hand, so unless there's a D-react in Arsenal, this is 13. It's 9 or 13. And Josh is going ahead and saying it's 13 because he's got 1 card.
That's a very good push.
Yep, and like I said, when we get to that 8 to 10 threshold on life, that's when Dory has to start blocking, and Jack's basically saying, "I'm going to put you there now."
Okay, seems like
Or at least get all the armor.
Yeah,
Throw
seems
the
like
fridge.
Joshua also have a very good turn here. He decided to block all his armor.
Yep. Either that or the one card that didn't get intimidated was like supremacy or something, like a very important card.
Yeah, I presume he will use his courage one or two turn, or even this turn right
There we
now.
go.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. There it is. Alan called it. Oh, here we go. Got the blue. That's a check.
Mm.
All right. Free swing. All right. So this is that situation that if you jam your hand down, you dot a twinning blade.
Yeah, this is a block spell for me.
Yeah.
If I was Jack, because Joshua he pitched two glints from the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, the only thing you scare is the go again winning blade here. And
Yeah.
I remember Joshua only pitched one twinning blade at the bottom.
Yeah, he pitched
So
one, so there's two out there.
yeah, so it's very likely he holding a twinning blade combo here.
Right. And also, we have to keep in mind that Singing Stillblade can just go get the missing piece of the two he doesn't have. So, and he's got the pitch to do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
But no matter,
also
go
he
ahead,
had
Alan.
a run through. Yeah, also he had a run through here, so it's very possible he holding
Yep.
combo here. Ooh, Jack side, no block.
No block.
Stacking his triggers per usual, deciding whether. Oh, yep, he's just going to bolter it.
That's, huh. Because like not blocking doesn't play around Twinning Blade, right? Because he can just play it here and swing a third time. So I I don't understand not at least blocking 6 on the front, but because this is the exact same situation. Actually, it's the exact same situation plus 1
Yep.
and an extra card.
Even harder to play around now.
Right. So I don't know. Maybe Jack's got a plan. Don't know. And he's just blocking Crown. I love it. That's just like max disrespectful. Just like, oh yeah, this is your best turn in the game. Here's Crown. Oh man, love it. Love to see it. And he's gonna trigger it. So he will sink a card. That's crazy.
What do you think the arsenal is?
Is either Barrage Battle or Defense Reaction.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a bellow. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why he don't want to sink his arsenal right here.
Yeah. He said block 2. Well, I guess doing it this way, it does play around the glint, right? Because Josh will have to play the glint before Jack blocks from hand.
Yeah,
Although Josh has pitched 2 glints, so it's very unlikely to be glint unless they're Singing Stillblade.
yeah. Also avoid the thing still blade here.
Yeah. And if Josh passes priority, then Jack just passes and takes 4, and it's not a big deal. So Josh has to make the move first. That's the very important part is Jack is putting Josh to where he has to provide the information before Jack makes his decision, which is, now that I think about it, maybe even the supremacy was Was the right move. Jack's just on that next level.
Yeah, I mean, if it just turns into only a 9 damage Courage Steel Blade turn,
All right.
you're happy. There's the 20.
All right. Pitch the 20. That's
Push
oh
damage.
Jesus.
Inefficient Singing Steel Blade. Interesting.
Oh no, I get it, because Josh knows Jack is a good enough player that if he plays, something, he's just gonna pass, right?
Yeah.
So he knows he's never getting the Singing Steel Blade, and he knows that Jack's about to present a lot of damage, so arsenaling the Singing Steel Blade is terrible.
Hmm.
So I think it was a perfect play from both players, but the problem was it just worked out way better for Jack,
Yeah.
and this is why this can get out of hand.
Double Blood Rush turn.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
sounds like a double rush here. And 2 triggers from the top. Okay, discuss swing is a good thing, at least. So it's going to intimidate 1.
Yep, intimidate, draw 2, and all brute attacks specifically, which should be all of Jack's attacks, will gain +2. So now if he can, well, I guess the arsenal could be like a red barraging maybe as well. That wouldn't be terrible. But here, Jack really wants like a wild ride or something that has go again. That would be.
Oh.
We're risking it. We're risking it for the biscuit.
Yeah, he has a gambler's gut. Yes, at least he has other chance.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Oh no.
Live by the scabbies, die by the scabbies.
Oh no. Oh no.
My God.
Okay. Oh. Definitely not a net positive, but it could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Oh.
And the important part is when you activate Gambler's Gloves, you can't activate it and decide not to roll. So like once you roll, you're committed.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do it. So okay. So now I guess that basically means that he doesn't have a wild ride, because if he had a wild ride, he wouldn't try to roll scabbies. So Josh kind of won huge on that, because now I think worst case here is like an Alpha Rampage. Yeah, like a barraging and then just one big attack, which is still great. I mean, because the barraging is guaranteed to get through if he can trigger into one more Intimidate. But let's see.
One off them ones. Get them out of the way now. Another Blood Rush.
Oh, I'd love to say. Oh, that is a swing big for 8, 2, and 4. Well, okay, so he can block with those 2 cards, because this will not trigger the other Intimidate. So we have an attack for 10 or 14, depending on whether Josh blocks with 2 cards in hand.
He must block with these 2 cards, I guess. Unless he's very committing, he can do it.
Yeah,
does Jack featuring Pummel this game?
I haven't seen one. No, he has blocked with them. Yeah, he's blocked with some Pummels. So yeah, Pummel is a.
I think he blocked with the yellow Pummels here.
Yeah.
How big brain would it be for him to roll scabbies to distract the thought of Pummel, because he wanted to attack twice, but really he didn't want the action points. He just wants to play one attack and pummel it.
That's Millennium Brain right there. Like
that is like genius if that's what he does.
Oh my God.
If this year, this should be the top 10 plays of the history.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I'm gonna roll scabbies. I don't even want it. I'm just gonna pummel. Oh, that would be insane. Please pummel it, Jack. Please. He's got tunic counter up. There's nothing holding him back. It could be a red card. It don't matter.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh my goodness!
ah!
Oh,
Oh,
That is the best play in the game. Oh my!
holy shit.
Jack is just max disrespecting. Rolls
is
scabby.
it? It should be that. Or
No, it's a
not?
yellow.
It's a yellow.
It's a yellow. He's off by one because it's
Oh.
four. It goes from 14 to 17, and he
He was.
blocked
Oh
with
yeah.
he blocked with one from
Oh, if he
Racers.
didn't block with the one, he would have died.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! So he literally did the camouflage with the scabbies. That is insane.
And the funny
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
think.
I mean, he technically could have pivoted with a Barraging Bighorn as well if he did roll
I think,
for 2 action points because he had the yellow Pummel.
but isn't the pummel just better? Like,
Yeah,
maybe not.
I think in this case because it's hidden and it'll guarantee.
Oh my god, it was so
Either
hidden.
way,
Like,
very powerful.
Oh, good play, Jack. And now the problem is Josh is at 1. There's no way he's killing him on 12,
Yeah.
and every club is 2 cards. Well, the
Yeah.
first one he'll get out of jail free because it's skull cap, but after that, every club is 2 cards.
Yeah, I think if Jack pays more than one the reckless wing, then he can block
Hmm.
very passively. Yeah, and just wait for the reckless wing here.
Oh, that
And
works
also-
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And pick off the counter from Dombay is very relevant right here.
Yep. So with that card, I mean, he's definitely going to club next turn, right? To get a card at least.
Yeah.
In skull cap. Oh, that was the best pummel I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Roll scabbies. You know what? Don't need it. Got him. Woo.
This is the best play I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's so big brain. It is just huge. Like I saw it coming. I was like, what if? What if? And there it was. All right, so this is 1 card in the skull cap guaranteed. That puts Josh on a 4-card hand to present lethal to Jack, which won't happen. And then if he does the exact same thing he did on the last turn, this turn, then it'll be 2 cards. And now Josh is playing on a 3-card hand for the rest of the game. And I never like saying that somebody's out, but I mean I think that might do it.
Yeah, with 12 health as a buffer. Like,
Right.
just
If it was
taking-
like 6, then it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Because you could just mess up a block and that's all it takes against Dory. But here, it's a very rough spot.
Here.
When you see the 2-card block, you know you're in trouble.
Two card block. Yeah. I died to that once on stream.
I think two card block is reasonable right here because he can second sort attack unless he is holding a Iron Song respawn, and otherwise he need to give out his arsenal right here. So blocking 6 is quite reasonable.
I'm thinking if he does a 2-card block, it
Reckless swing.
reckless
Yeah.
swing, yeah.
Yeah.
Blocking 9 here though is good too, because I mean that's he's gonna get the swing club, and that'll start getting 2 cards, and then it's just Jack's game to win. So this is the last turn that Josh has to put Jack at like a dangerous life, which him overblocking by 3 with only access to 2 cards and 1 resource is kind of asking a lot.
Yeah, and the goal against card will eventually run out, so he has to do something.
Oh, that's a
Haven't
good.
seen that card in a while.
Okay. All right, we got a biting blade. For those of you who don't know, it's basically one of the very few ways to come in with an odd number at 4 because it gives +3. And then the reprise is basically the same as Out for Blood. Yeah, so this will come in. It keeps the +1 from the biting blade. So it'll come in for 4, and he still has 1 floating and did not use bracers, which is an indication
I
that.
think he used all 3 resources. He's cracking his.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep, because he would have to. Yeah, so he has no resources and 1 card in hand. So I think Jack has to just take this.
Yep. Yep.
So that way.
Ooh, huh?
What?
I guess he wants to play it safe.
But I mean, I'd rather get 2 cards, me personally. But
yeah. But I think Joshua he played Thing below before. So
oh, okay. So Jack's just playing the reckless swing. He's just He's just saying we'll keep doing this dance until I draw the card and
that makes sense.
Yeah. That's what separates the good players from the even better players. Good discipline, knowing your win con, and executing it well.
No, doesn't have the reckless.
Now this turn. So easy, block 9. If Josh doesn't present anything crazy, then you club, get 2 cards, and call it in.
Yep.
And even after that big play from Josh on the last turn, I mean, Jack only lost 1 life. So, it didn't really change anything. Didn't get a counter, nothing. So we have a pump of 6 going to
11, 2 over.
11, 2 over, but no. Oh, he does have to go again from spoils, and he does have 1 pitch to swing.
Coming for 5.
It'll be 5. Yeah, 1 from bracers, 1 from Out for Blood, and 3 from the down blade. So coming in for another 5.
I do think Jack can't block right here, otherwise he will lose the game. Yeah, he have to take some damage.
And then get the 2 cards out of his hand and put Josh on a 2-card hand. Sounds good to me.
Unless Josh holding a thing below right here.
Yeah, that would be super lucky. Super lucky. Yeah, and that card only blocked for 2 anyway, so this is definitely the right play. All right, can Josh rip the sink off top? Can he do it? Clearly not, or he would have jammed that thing down so fast. so Josh clearly did not get it. So now he's deciding what 2 cards, which means literally his next turn, the maximum damage will be 6 because he will have to pay to pitch for, or 7 because he has a counter. So he'll pitch for Dawnblade and then hold a mystery card, and that can pump 3. Or I guess technically if it's singing, because so maximum damage next turn is actually 8. If it's singing Stillblade.
Jack must be very close to another reckless swing. He only has 24 cards left in deck.
Yeah, and he's only played 1.
Oh, he did have the sink.
What took him so damn long? That's really good for Josh. Like
declining to sink too. Ooh.
Oh, that's so scary.
That's very scary.
Jack needs that reckless swing right here. He desperately needs it. Like yesterday, he needs it. Oh, and he's shaking his hand on his TTS, so he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
2-card block?
Is it the 2-card block?
Nope. He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Oh no. Block 9. Is it singing Stillblade?
I think Josh still have 1 sink in his deck. So
You think he has another one in hand? No, he would have sunk it. He would have sunk it if that was the case.
Or he could put it in Arsenal and then...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He'll have a 4-card hand for the win.
Oh, he drew 3 blue beveraging pick on.
All right. Jack's got one more shot to get it. Get that. All right, so this demands 2 cards unless Josh has the sink, which there's only one left, I believe.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
there
my
it is.
God. Ripping it.
And he's
Ripping it. Oh, man. Oh, the best thing Jack could have seen was him actually sinking.
Yeah.
That's a little less scary. All right, Jack is not shaking his mouse, so I think he got the reckless swing. I think this might be the last turn.
2-card
Do we
block.
see a 2-card block? 2-card block?
There's 2.
There's
That's
2.
barraging.
It's a non-tack.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no. One day. It's coming.
Oh, man. This is nuts.
Josh really has to push over here. Like, he's getting lucky on these sinks, but they're gone now. So every turn from now on, it's 2 cards from that club, and
Okay.
Josh can't maintain that.
I think Jack is happy to see this situation right here because
Oh,
he don't have any stick. And
Yep.
and Joshua Arsenal isn't good enough to get full 3 damage. So
Yep.
more than 3 damage. And he
Yep.
doesn't his Stormbay also doesn't have
A counter.
counter.
Yep. This is as good of a Kodachi lock as you can do with Brute. And effectively, it's the same thing, if you really break it down. Grabbing 2 cards, this is it.
Yeah,
so it puts him on a 3-card hand. Yeah, I think this is how Dory gets locked out of the game.
Anything can get Joshua out from this game.
I can't think of a card that wins it. I mean, you don't have enough resources and cards to take advantage of Twinning Blade. Glistening Steelblade is a blank card now because it doesn't pump any. Like, the only way Jack loses this game is if he blocks wrong. And he has to block really wrong.
Yeah.
But if he just blocks 9 every single turn and then play the reckless when he gets it. All right, let's see if we've got 2 cards. 2 cards.
I think we'll see 2 cards naturally here. Unless double
And then
3 pumps, 1 from arsenal, 1 from hand. 2, and it's a barraging.
Oh. I mean, my thought process is like, why risk it, I guess? Unless he has a D-React in hand.
Yeah.
Like, because if that's double Iron Song or like
Yeah,
a stroke and Iron Song, like, you get blown out, right?
that's true. Yeah.
Or you don't get blown out, but now you're at 1 life, which is not a comfortable place. So unless one of those is Reckless Swing or a D-React, I think you got to block 9 here. And just keep doing the club business.
Oh.
Is he thinking about adding 1 more? I think he's still deciding on the block.
Okay.
So now that is actually lethal if that card in Arsenal's worth 3 damage. And he gets an Iron Song response red. Or okay, that works. So but he's got a hit.
Yeah.
So and then he's taught that taught that's a Twinning Blade. That would be huge.
See, Jack is just a genius because if he would have blocked 9, like I said.
Yeah, I think he just blocked the weapon plus 3.
Ooh.
Yes.
These are over by 1.
Should have blocked 9. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, so he's taking one.
All this, and he just gets reckless swinged.
Yeah.
Oh, do it, Jack. Do it.
So he's taking one. And I think he used all of his Iron Zone respawn right here.
He's taking one, but he can swing again. But that only gets one more card out of Jack's hand. So it's the same thing actually. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So,
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Let's shut it down. Jack knows what he's doing. He's the Pummel master.
yeah. I think I would rather save it for the next attack if I really want to block. Because, yeah, you can take a card from their arsenal by just losing one health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe better.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because he would have had to pitch to swing. Yep. That's a good point. And then he'd been on 2 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the advantage is still on Jack's side, I think.
Well, Jack's only got 15 cards. That reckless swing has got to be in the next hand. It has to be.
Yeah. But I see the chat room, they say that Jack only pay one reckless swing. So
Does he
maybe.
only play 1?
I don't know, maybe. But it's not it looks like because if he has more than one he should do it earlier.
Yeah, because he's already played 1. So if he's only running 1, there's not one in there, and he's gonna get decked out.
He's on 15
Yeah.
cards, 16 if you
And Josh has 20. Yeah. Yeah, if Jack doesn't have another reckless swing, he might get decked out.
Yeah.
Talk about a classic battle. Tell you what. It's 2 cards. And Josh will probably just swing Naked Downblade.
Okay, so it's back to the cycle.
Yeah, I think blocking 6 here is probably pretty safe. Gotta worry about overpower. He's played 1, blocked with 1. Don't know if he runs 3.
Yeah, red overpower here would be amazing.
It'd be juicy. Yep. No, I think that's why Jack. Well, if Jack doesn't have a second reckless swing, he can't keep blocking 9. Like he's gonna run out of cards very quickly.
Kind of tempted to say he doesn't have one if he doesn't have it this hand. I mean,
Oh man,
there's
that's
12 cards left in deck. I mean,
you can't block 9 every turn if you got 12 cards. You just can't afford it. That means literally, if he doesn't have another reckless swing, Jack's only win con is to block 6, make it out without taking damage. Arsenal like a barraging beatdown, or or not. It can't even be barraging. It needs to be like a pummel or something.
yeah.
And then be able to like get more than 2 cards out of Joshua's hand somehow, and then keep that rotation for about 2 turns.
Ooh,
And that's it.
he's blocking for free.
That is crazy.
Okay, he said you ain't got it.
And I think Jack doesn't have any defense reaction. So, oops. So we put it on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, over by 1.
Oh. So Jack has to block with 2 hands.
Okay, but it still means that he takes 1 and he blocks with 1 more card, so he still keeps 2 cards, which was the goal, and only took 1 damage doing so. So that's definitely worth. Oh, it comes in for 5.
Mm-hmm. As a run
What?
through.
Oh, the next. Oh, that sucks for Jack. Yeah, that's not good. We counted Josh out. We
Yeah. At
counted
least
Josh
Josh
out.
doesn't have a arsenal, so it's I don't. But being 3 life and 4 life is such a difference because
Yeah, huge
any attack,
difference. Yeah.
any attack reaction can shoot. Unless you remember his pitch stack, then you can
He
find 1 turn to block
he
3
he
only.
shuffled with singing Stillblade. So
Yeah, so he need to start to remember, right?
right.
Yeah,
Alright, there's 2 cards.
and the remaining card should be red or should be yellow or blue in Joshua deck.
All right, we'll see a naked downblade at least.
Yeah, and Joshua is still have 1 energy potion in his deck. So that would be a bad news. Yeah. Yeah.
Block 6, call it a day.
Yeah.
I mean, if he could block 1 here and get away with it, it's like, well, like he needs the security of a D react, right? If he has a D react in hand, it's easy. You just
Yeah.
block 3, and then like you present like an attack for, another club, and then you arsenal that D react. Now you do the exact same thing, only blocking 1 card, and when you have that safety of the D react, you just, it's night and day. But Jack's running out of cards, right? Like he can't keep respecting. He got 9 cards in deck, and Josh has 17. So I just don't
Yeah,
know how many times you can overblock.
it's either this turn or the next turn, but
Right.
Jack
I
is
think
I'm sorry.
you need to only block 1 card and
Right.
yeah, right now maybe is the best to do.
Yeah, he was just looking through Josh's graveyard to see if he can get away with 1 block.
Right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. He said next turn is the turn. Blue Wrecker Romp comes in for 6, so effectively 6 is no different than coming in for 4 because it's just 2 cards in Warrior. Does keep a card if that's a D react, which is highly unlikely, but maybe it's like a big attack. I don't know. Because now it's going to be a lot harder to gamble on a 1 card block when Josh has 2 hidden cards instead of 1.
Ooh.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I got him!
What?
Got him!
Oh, jeez. I did not see that
That's
coming.
the
That's why we play Flesh and Blood.
Oh,
That is why we
what?
do it. Holy cow. We counted Josh out.
Yeah.
And he
what
finds a way. Oh
a
my
game, man.
goodness.
So I'm guessing he just didn't have another reckless swing.
Yeah, there's no way he went through all his cards. Like twice. Oh, what a game.
With this? Oh. Yeah, the last turn is the only turn that Jack can
Wait,
block.
he had
it.
Alpha Rampage, so Jack could have one blocked, played Alpha.
Yeah, there should be one.
Yeah, and then he wouldn't have been able to play Nourishing. So if he would have one blocked there, he had it.